had 6 major breaking news stories out of Iran. A 4th U.S. military personnel was killed. Kuwait has accidentally shot down 3 of their military aircraft. Saudi Arabia's largest oil refinery was struck and is now shut down. Our bases in Bahrain and Kuwait are now destroyed. An American oil tanker has been reportedly struck. And Qatar has just shut down its largest natural gas facility after being struck. Trump did this.
The United States is now feeling the consequences of the war against Iran. U.S. Central Command confirmed that 3 American service members were killed and 5 seriously wounded in Operation Epic Fury. This time, Iran is demonstrating its power at sea by closing the Strait of Hormuz. At least 3 ships were attacked while attempting to cross the Strait of Hormuz. The IRGC claimed it also struck the U.S.
Put a 1 in the chat if you specifically remember when Trump said, I am not going to go to war and I'm going to be the Prince of Peace or whatever. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all remember Trump saying that in order to get elected. This is crazy.
USS Abraham Lincoln with ballistic missiles, but the command center stated that the carrier was not hit and continues flight operations. On the other side, President Donald Trump declared that 9 Iranian naval ships were destroyed and warned that more would follow. He added, nobody can believe the success we're having. 48 leaders are gone in one go, and it's moving along rapidly. Here is the most important news of the day. Last night, US B-2 stealth bombers armed.
And make sure to drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Drop your city in the comments. Let me know where you at. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Let's go.
With 2,000-pound bombs struck hardened Iranian ballistic missile facilities. Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman has authorized retaliation if Iran strikes again. And the UAE has closed its embassy in Tehran. This news shows that the war is not going to end anytime soon. That is why you should follow me for unbiased, verified news.
So this right here is Iran bombing IHOP. I'm still not going to say their names. So this is Iran bombing IHOP. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you are at.
Yo! No way! No way! No way!
So all together, well, let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. We're just going to keep going.
In the South China Sea and something.
Because the Trump mistakes just keep going. Like, it's so many different things that Trump has already messed up as doing. And it's just day 2. This is crazy.
2 U.S. aircraft have just crashed in the South China Sea, and something isn't adding up. At 2:45 local time, an F-18F Super Hornet crashed. At 3:15 p.m. local time, an MH-60R Seahawk helicopter crashed in the same area. The chances of each of these aircraft crashing within a 45-minute period is 1 in 5 billion.
It's crazy.
We need answers, Pete.
Iranian missiles have hit Tel Aviv, Israel, and the city is burning. After being attacked, Iran sent retaliation ballistic missiles and drones onto Tel Aviv. It was a small attack, but the damage was done. Look right here in Qatar. This is an American interceptor missile that failed as an Iranian ballistic got through. And this is an Iranian Shahed drone that found its way to strike an American naval base in Bahrain.
Do y'all see how much damage is happening to America? It's not even like this is literally our stuff that is blowing up. Like, our planes are being shot out of the sky by our own people. Like, we got the 4th U.S. personnel that just got killed. Like, this is terrible. This is just day 2. This is day 2 and people are already dying, and we're literally losing we're almost at $500 million worth of mistakes as far as machinery and equipment goes, and not human life. So we're losing human life already, and we're losing almost $500 million in aircraft already. Like, this is crazy. We're losing so much money in a war that has only started 2 days ago. Do you know the average war is like a year, 2 years? And we're losing so much money and human life in 2 days? This is crazy.
Bypassing all air defenses if it was even picked up. It looks
and they're bypassing their defenses, which I'm not okay. Let's talk about the bypassing defenses in Israel. Are we happy or are we angry that Iran is able to bypass the dome? Where are we at on that? Are we happy or are we angry that Iranians are able to bypass the dome? Like, where are y'all at about that? Because I want to be sensitive, because I don't want nobody to lose their lives or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But and there's a rumor, I don't think it's true, but there's a rumor that they got Bibi Netanyahu. I don't know if it's true. It may not be true, because I think if that was true, it would be all over the place. But there's a rumor. It's unofficial that they got Bibi Netanyahu. So I have no idea, but that's the rumor. So are we happy that Iran is winning? Y'all let me know. I don't even want to say nothing, because I don't want my YouTube channel to get taken away or whatever. I don't want to get demonetized, because we all know who actually runs YouTube. So y'all let me know in the chat. I'm not gonna have any type of say so on that, but are y'all happy that Iranians are tearing Israel asses up? Y'all let me know, because I'm not even going to have an opinion.
This is an American interceptor missile that failed as an Iranian ballistic got through. And this is an Iranian Shahed drone that found its way to strike an American naval base in Bahrain, bypassing all air defenses if it was even picked up.
See, they run around blowing up American stuff. They're blowing up our stuff.
It looks like Iran has destroyed this American Navy base in Bahrain. It's been burning for about 4 hours now, and repeated drone attacks are hitting it. Here are some more interceptions over Dubai, it looks like. The Iranians also destroyed another American naval base in the Gulf.
Iranians are not playing. They are not playing. They warned them. They said, you keep playing, you're going to get slapped in the mouth. Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to hit the like button, and make sure to hype this video. Hit the like button, hype this video, and drop your city in the chat if you have not already. Hit the like button, hype this video, and drop your city in the chat if you have not already.
The American air defenses are doing an okay job right now over the skies, shooting down around 70% of the missiles. Drone swarms are over Israel. More American airstrikes are on Iran right now. Remember, Israel and America started this war. Follow me for the newest update. Breaking news, the Strait of Hormuz has been...
And somebody said something about AI. I did my best to make sure the videos that I'm playing is not AI. There's one video that I'm about to play, one of these videos, that may be AI, but the rest of these videos have been confirmed. This is real. This is not AI. I made sure to go to certain sites to get this information from, because I already know people that make AI, they could just do all kinds of stuff. So there's one video that I might be like, this may be AI, but I promise you, 95% of the videos that I'm going to show you are not AI. This is actually happening.
Closed, and gas and oil prices are set to skyrocket. The Iranian Navy is now sinking any ship that tries to transport oil and gas through the Strait of Hormuz.
That's scary as hell. That right there is scary as hell. And keep watching because I'm going to break down what you need to do or what you need to be doing, what you need to be buying, and how you need to be operating during wartime. This is a little bit different than other wars, so hang out for that. I want to give y'all some tips on how to, one, protect yourself, and what to buy just in case there's a power outage. So make sure to stay until the end.
Nearly half of the world's supply runs through. 4 American and British ships have already been struck, and the world's biggest oil transport company has ordered all of its ships to turn around. World governments are begging Iran to open the strait, such as Australia and Europe.
See, if they don't open it straight, gas prices are going to go up to like $6 to $10 a gallon. And in California, that means gas is going to go up to like $15 a gallon.
They get all of their gas and oil from these nations. Iran has also sent drones and blown up oil rigs in the Gulf, meaning even once it reopens, this could take months to repair.
See, they know exactly what they're doing. They're blowing up oil rigs on purpose. They're affecting our pockets. Listen to this again. I want to back it up just a little bit.
Gas and oil prices are set to skyrocket. The Iranian Navy is now sinking any ship that tries to transport oil and gas through the Strait of Hormuz, where nearly half of the world's supply runs through. 4 American and British ships have already been struck, and the world's biggest oil transport company has ordered all of its ships to turn around. World governments are begging Iran to open the strait, such as Australia and Europe, as they get all of their gas and oil from these nations. Iran has also sent drones and blown up oil rigs in the Gulf, meaning even once it reopens, this could take months to repair. Countries like Russia are set to have a historic month of selling oil, as the price could go from $60 a barrel upwards to $200. The longer
See, a lot of our oil comes from Russia.
the war goes on, a bigger of a
And some of y'all may say, well, we just took the president. We can't use that oil yet because that oil is way too thick. So we can't use that oil that we just got from what's the name? We can't even use that oil yet because that oil is too thick.
disaster this will have for the global economy. For countries like the US, Europe, and Australia that rely heavily on Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and Bahrain, the UAE, for oil.
Watch the first 2 Patriots. There's the first Patriot. And here comes the second. And if you bear with me, you'll see the incoming Iranian rocket come in right. Let me see. Right there, the white one. And the first Patriot is gonna go straight past it.
Watch this.
The second one is also going to miss it. So the Patriot air defense system launches a third one. Right now, that also misses by a landslide. Shoop! And the Iranian missile proceeds to impact the military base. Allah.
So we can't use the Venezuelan oil, not yet, because it's one issue.
Iranian missiles suddenly speed up before impact. Watch closely. This Iranian missile looks slow and steady high in the sky, then suddenly accelerates hard just before impact. But here is the truth. Most missiles don't actually accelerate at the end. Only a hypersonic missiles that use maneuverable warheads who can adjust direction or gain extra speed in the final seconds to avoid defenses.
And yes, y'all are right. I was wrong. We're not getting oil from Russia right now. You're right.
Oh my God. Whoa! Whoa! Holy shit! Oh my God! Yo! No way!
Somebody said, where did I get the BB rumor from? It's just flying across the web. So I don't believe it, but I'm just putting it out there because just sharing information. So I'm not saying it's true. Is a rumor. So it is a rumor. So I don't know, but it's all over the place. It's just a rumor. That's all I'm saying. Shout out to Christopher. That's a load of crap. Texas produces 80% and Alaska has even more. We don't need anybody's oil. Okay. All right. You say you just got here. What is the BB rumor? There is a rumor, and I don't believe it's true. There is a rumor that they took out Bibi Netanyahu, but it's just a rumor. We have to, look into that, but it's just a rumor. It's a rumor. Hold on, let me back up a little bit. We missed that.
No way!
Yeah, I heard BB fled to Germany also, so I heard that too.
Soldiers are saying we're over,
and that's why I don't necessarily believe it. Remember, I'm saying it's a rumor. I'm not saying it's true. I'm saying it's a rumor.
Ah! Wow! Holy shit! Oh my god! Yo! No way!
So, have y'all heard of what some of the Israeli soldiers are saying?
We're over 365 and counting soldiers who served during the war and have declared that we will not report for duty when called again. We refuse to take part in Netanyahu's illegal war, and we see it as a patriotic duty to refuse and to demand accountability.
If I was in the military, I would not do none of this stuff. I would take my ass home. I don't give a damn what they do with me. There's no way in hell I'm going to war over no dumb shit. I'm not doing it.
From our leaders. Netanyahu's ongoing war of aggression needlessly puts our own hostages in danger and has wreaked havoc on the fabric of Israeli society, while at the same time killing, maiming, and starving an entire population of Gazan civilians. Any act of legitimizing continuing hostilities over a hostage deal is inherently a betrayal of the hostages.
Exactly. I want to fast forward past this because I don't want him to say anything that will get my channel dinged. So, look at this. The president of peace. Yeah, right. President peace? No. President idiot. We don't have a president peace.
Oh my god. Whoa! Whoa! Holy shit! Oh my god! Yo! No way! No way! No way!
Yeah, the Iron Dome seems like the plastic dome right now. It seems like the saran wrap dome because it ain't stopping nothing.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, holy! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Yo! Oh!
Wouldn't
Oh
you
my
wanna
god!
go back inside if
Oh my
something blew
god!
up? Like people are too addicted to their phones.
That's retarded!
You got
It actually hit right here. Oh my god! That actually.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Go in the house, sir. Yo, they're making the Iron Dome give dog. Oh man, the Iron Dome is easy. Oh man, the Iron Dome is letting everybody in.
This is the damage that's been wrought by an Iranian ballistic missile attack in the heart of Tel Aviv. And this is still a very active scene you can see all around me. Look at how damaged this building is right here, and these vehicles as well, crumpled and crushed as a result of the destructive power of that blast.
Is sweeping the country. This just in, a new way of healing is sweeping the country, and it's a card game called Like Mother, Like Daughter. This game is powerful.
My favorite question was, if you could parent me all over again, what would you change? This card game has a mother deck and a daughter deck, so we both have questions for each other.
These are some good questions.
Do you think I'm a people pleaser? If so, where did I get this trait from?
This card game actually helped my marriage, and the questions showed me that I still had unresolved issues with my mom, and I was taking them out on my husband.
If you don't do anything else, buy this card game. You won't regret it. Click the link below.
Like mother, like daughter, we are the same. You'll see when we play this game.
And I know we're playing videos of destruction and you know, missiles blowing up buildings or whatever, and then I'm throwing in a card game commercial in the middle of all this. But we still have to live our lives over here. All right. Hopefully there's nothing blowing up around you. So because things aren't blowing up around you and they're blowing up over there, we can still live our lives. And because of that, we still have issues. We still have childhood trauma. We still have our kids to deal with. So if you want to make sure your family dynamic is intact, family dynamic, because that's very important, even though, you know, all this stuff is going on in other countries. Make sure to get your mother-daughter card game. As you can see, there's 2 card decks in each game, and one for your mother and one for the daughter. So make sure to get your mother-daughter card game. And now back to the death and destruction, sadly.
Around this block, you can see piles of debris and rubble as rescue workers, military officials, police officials are all on the scene, something that is very, very active still at the moment. I spoke with one of the paramedics who was among the first to arrive on scene. He described finding one building that was ablaze. That fire has obviously since been put out. One individual was in critical condition, rushed to the hospital. That person, a 40-year-old woman, has actually died, we've just learned. In addition to that, there was one person in severe condition, 2 others in moderate condition. Now, this has been the deadliest and the most severe destruction that we've seen from one of these Iranian ballistic missile attacks since this latest conflict erupted on Saturday between Iran and Israel. After Israel and the United States struck Iran, Iran has been retaliating with these ballistic missile attacks.
And the thing about it is, Iran was just minding their own business. They didn't do anything.
But this was the first one to make severe impact.
Yes, this is in IHOP right here. Yes. They blowing shit up in IHOP. Yes.
Inside a populated area in Israel. But as Israelis warn that this campaign against Iran is going to continue for at least several more days, you can anticipate that the Iranian retaliation will also continue, and we could be seeing more scenes like this.
1,000%. 1,000%. This backfired. They thought this was going to destabilize the Middle East when it actually brought the Middle East together. Yes, I totally agree. I totally agree. This whole thing backfired. That's why I labeled this show the 6 things that Donald Trump is doing wrong. He's just bumbling this whole thing. IHOP wouldn't the rocket's hitting. Hold on. IHOP wouldn't let app. Who is app? What is app? Live stream the rockets hitting. Yeah, I heard it's against the law or something. You can't like film what's going on over in IHOP. I did hear something about that, but they're doing it anyway, so it is what it is.
Sounding right now across Israel's second largest city of Tel Aviv. We got that early alert coming across phones about 10 minutes ago. These sirens indicate that the missiles are inbound at this moment, sending...
Oh, okay. AP News. Okay. Yeah. Associated Press News. Okay, gotcha.
The population here, around 300,000 people just in Tel Aviv alone, into bomb shelters. We're looking off to the horizon now. There are not yet any interceptions that have taken place, but I'm going to pull out my phone here and just get an understanding of where these alerts are coming in. So these alerts are for Tel Aviv and south of Tel Aviv in Jaffa. And again, we anticipate that as this develops, there could be some interceptions. As the IDF told us earlier today, the Iranians are looking to try and overwhelm Israel's missile defense systems, but there have been concerted efforts to try and take out these ballistic missile launchers before they are able to do so.
Yes, Iran just attacked Dubai. Yes, Iran attacked Dubai.
I do have some new information for you that I can give you just now in between our last report. And since we spoke, I received a new statement from a senior Israeli official about the Hezbollah strikes that we talked about earlier and the ongoing operation against Hezbollah. All of this is developing very quickly as the Israelis are still taking incoming Iranian ballistic missile fire, but they are now also focused on Iran's largest proxy, Hezbollah. This senior official telling Fox News exclusively that overnight Hezbollah launched barrages at Israel in an attempt by Iran's proxy. And you hear those explosions in the distance, an indication that these missiles from Iran are being intercepted as we speak. But again, the senior official telling Fox News that this attempt overnight by Hezbollah was trying to help come to Iran's defense and open another front in this war. The official goes on to say, this is a situation that Israel and the U.S. had been preparing for. The targets were ready. Within a matter of minutes, Israeli planes were in the skies, eliminating over 30 Hezbollah terrorists in under 3 hours. Again, these words coming from a senior Israeli official who tells Fox News that
I totally agree with you. We have a piece of crap president.
overnight, 30 Hezbollah terrorists were killed in under 3 hours. As this is ongoing, we do expect that the Lebanese militant group will continue their efforts to strike northern Israel, possibly even into the center. And again, Israel is now not only having to look east at Iran amid these incoming ballistic missiles, but also north. Todd, Carly?
Trey, has the Lebanese government or the Lebanese army responded to Hezbollah striking Iran? The Lebanese army obviously trying to limit Hezbollah's power. So what is the official statement coming from them as a result of this?
It's a great question. I was briefed yesterday by an Israeli intelligence official who indicated that the pressure should also be put on the Lebanese government and should be put on American mediators to ensure that the agreements that were reached before are enacted. And there is close coordination between Israeli officials and their American counterparts. That has been something that officials here in Israel continue to underscore. And this senior Israeli official goes on to say that the attacks by Hezbollah and Iran, they say, quote, this ultimately ties back to Iran and reinforces just how important President Trump's decision was to take action on the head of the octopus whose tentacles have been raining terror for decades. They are speaking about these Iranian proxies that have continued to threaten the state of Israel. And again, as we speak, the Israelis are going after Hezbollah. But that news coming into Fox that overnight 30 members of Hezbollah were taken out by the Israelis in a concerted campaign to go after this significant threat to the Israeli people.
Very interesting.
Carly?
30 less. And when it comes to the alerts that you just received, it's noon in Tel Aviv right now. Can you tell us a little bit about how the day has played out so far?
Yeah, absolutely. This morning, Israelis in Tel Aviv woke up to an alarm of air raid sirens sounding across their city. These barrages of missiles have slowed a bit overnight, but they are continuing. I'm also told, according to our team on the ground here, that Jerusalem received incoming fire as well. We saw overnight 7 people were injured in Jerusalem when an Iranian ballistic missile slipped past air defense systems, slamming into the ground below. We showed you that video last night of a massive crater on the ground, and that followed an attack earlier in the day yesterday outside of Jerusalem in a community called Beit Shemesh, where 9 people were killed in a single Iranian strike, 6 of them from the same family. Todd, Carly?
Trey Inks, as always, please stay safe. Get to safety if you need to. We appreciate you breaking back in with
Y'all don't care about that man, because if y'all care, he want to be over there.
us to let us know exactly.
Why? Why?
קולון, פגיעה ישירה, אוטובוס שלם עולה באש, אוטובוס שלם עולה באש, מכוניות, אנשים, אני לא מאמין, 10 מטר מאיתנו יש פה אוטובוס, יש פה...
Yeah, I heard BB has cancer also, so I'm not going to say nothing, but yeah, I heard he has cancer, so... So this right here is what I think may be AI. So this may be AI. I'm not sure, but yeah, this right here kind of looks like AI right here. So shout out to Freedom, Me Too, I Vote. They send Cruz and K Trump and many others to sign up to serve, fight, and stand because we true veterans didn't sign up for this. Exactly. If I was in the military, they're just gonna have to lock me up. I'm not going nowhere. I'm not doing this stuff. I'm not doing this stupid shit. Not at all. I'm not doing it. Like, remember Tupac said they got money for wars but can't feed the poor? Back then, I was like, bro, we need to have money just in case somebody attacks us. You know, it's kind of, it was a practical thing in my mind. We need to have money for wars, and the poor need to figure their own shit out. But as I just get older and realize the way the world actually works, they actually spend so much money for wars that we don't even have nothing to do with. We're always going to war with somebody that are not even bothering us. So yeah, we do have money for wars, but can't feed the poor, and nobody's bothering us. We're always bothering somebody else. War, let me explain, and I explained this last night. The United States spent or is spending like, actually, let me just play the video. Let me find a video because I want to touch on this. So I'm going to play this, but I'm going to find a video. Because all this death and destruction, and you know, the people who are causing this, they're chilling, hanging out, drinking lemonade while all this destruction is happening.
קולון, פגיעה ישירה, אוטובוס שלם עולה באש, אוטובוס שלם עולה באש, מכוניות, אנשים.
Yes. Yeah, war stimulates the economy. See, what happens is all of our money goes to Lockheed Martin and Raytheon. That is America. And then we give or just send out everything that Raytheon and the United States makes, and we give it to IHOP. And then they go out and do our bidding for us. So it turns into a situation where it looks like they are doing all the crazy stuff and not us, and we're just supporting it. It's kind of like having a bodyguard or some goons. You know how some rappers, they might have some goons. You can't get to the rapper, but sometimes nobody's going after the rapper. The rapper just wants to look tough. The rapper just wants to take something. Next thing you know, he sends his goons to attack somebody. And now the goons, if they go to jail, they're the ones who are in trouble and not the actual rapper or so that's kind of what it is. So they spend billions of dollars per year, and that money is not at all helping us in America. And they're starting wars. We're not defending ourselves. They're starting wars with other countries. So this right here, that looks like AI. That looks like AI. So I think this is AI right here.
Whoa, did you see that? That was fast. That
look how you run.
Damn.
I don't know what. So another siren just happened on the road in the middle of the street. They said to lay down.
Can you imagine being out there?
And that's what we do. We lay down. Oh. That was either an intercept or a hit. And then you're supposed to lay down for 10 more minutes, just in case there's a shrapnel. So here it is, lying on the side of the street.
Damn.
Stay safe, everyone.
After a relatively quiet day here in Tel Aviv, albeit with a lot of running up and down to the bunker and interceptions above us, there's been the first big hit in the centre of the city. Looks like considerable damage has been done. Been a lot of missiles fired at Israel today, more than 150 ballistic missiles, we are told. But unlike the 12-day war, they haven't been coming in large bunches, rather smaller salvos, but more frequently. It's meant that people have spent a lot of time underground with constant red alerts.
It's scary. I'm scared to go. I'm from a town 15 minutes away. I'm kind of scared to drive.
And while there has been quite a lot of criticism internationally of the Israeli government describing this as a preemptive attack, the view here in Israel seems to be that this is a war that needed to happen.
I don't support any kind of war, but whatever has to be done has to be done, you know?
Yeah, I think it's come too late. It's been talking about it happening already for some time, and everyone's been a bit uncertain.
So we are expecting another long night here. When it was rockets coming from Gaza, a lot of people ignored the warnings, not too worried about the risk with these ballistic missiles. People don't want to take any chances. This is the crater an Iranian ballistic missile leaves, and here is the damage it causes. This is an older building and it didn't have safe rooms in it, so residents needed to go to nearby community shelters. It's understood the woman that was killed here was a carer for an elderly woman, and she just didn't make it into a safe room in time. For those who did make it to the bunker, it was a terrifying experience.
We were underground, like 2 flights underground. It was a huge sound of bomb. Actually, the whole basement shaked. The lights turned off.
Israeli politicians telling the public that the price being paid now will be worth it in the long run.
Stay strong. This is a...
I thought IHOP had an iron dome. No, it's actually a plastic dome because it's not stopping nothing.
Historic effort to change the trajectory in the Middle East to a different future, a future of peace.
Oh, music. Let me take the music out. This is bad, man. Well, I'm glad the Iron Dome isn't doing his job. Put a 1 in the chat if you're glad the Iron Dome is not doing his job properly. Put a 1 in the chat if you're happy the Iron Dome is not doing his job properly. I hope all that shit get blown up.
And you're going to see behind us, we got to move. There's a lot of incoming fire right now toward Tel Aviv. And so just...
Iranian missiles have hit Tel Aviv, Israel, and the city is burning. After being attacked, Iran sent retaliation ballistic missiles and drones onto Tel Aviv. It was a small attack, but the damage was done. Look right here in Qatar. This is an American interceptor missile that failed as an Iranian ballistic got through. And this is an Iranian Shahed drone that found its way to strike an American naval base in Bahrain, bypassing all air defenses if it was even picked up. It looks like Iran has destroyed this American Navy base in Bahrain. It's been burning for about 4 hours now and repeated.
It's the Iron Don't. That's crazy. The Iron Don't.
Drone attacks are hitting it. Here are some more interceptions over Dubai, it looks like. The Iranians also destroyed another American naval base in the Gulf. The American air defenses are doing an okay job right now over the skies, shooting down around 70% of the missiles. Drone swarms are over Israel. More American airstrikes are on Iran right now. Remember, Israel and America started this war. Follow me for the newest update.
Iran just posted a mysterious countdown timer on X, and it leaves many people wondering, what does this mean?
So what do y'all think about this? What do y'all think about this?
It starts by showing a watch with the time at 1:20 and goes on to show time moving forward. Then it shows Netanyahu from behind with his voice, and then bang. It ends on a "we are present everywhere" 1:20. So what can this mean? I mean, should we be worried about this?
Do y'all think this is AI? I don't think this is AI, but this is cool as hell.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that looked like AI too. It looked cool though.
What the fuck?
That makes this even stronger. Religion. Millions of American evangelicals believe that Israel's survival fulfills biblical prophecy. Groups like Christians United for Israel, led by Pastor John Hagee, openly preach that supporting Israel is God's will. That means millions of votes tied to religion, a powerful bloc no president wants to lose. In 2018, when Trump moved the U.S. Embassy to...
Thank you to all the people that bought mother-daughter card games. I appreciate y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. Card games, if you want to buy a card game, the link is in the chat. The link is under this video. And also, the link is a QR code right here. So one side is a QR code, and the other side is the actual picture. Make sure to get your card games before they sell out. If you want to get a card game, I'm not rushing anybody or whatever. And, you know, Mother's Day is not that far from here, but make sure to hit the actual QR code. If you're watching on your TV, just take your phone and aim it at the TV and get your card game. And thank you to all the people that bought card games. I appreciate you.
Jerusalem, it wasn't just for Israel. It was also a gift to evangelicals. So we have money, we have lobbying, we have religion, but what about consequences? What happens when US leaders keep supporting no matter the cost? Here's the contradiction. America claims to defend democracy and human rights, yet it bankrolls a system of apartheid, illegal settlements, and endless bombings. So, is Israel ruling the American government? The evidence is there. The billions in aid, the lobbying machine, the narrative control, the religious influence, and the political cost of saying no. A country of 9 million people.
Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to hit the like button and the hype button if you have not already.
Dictating policies of a superpower of 330 million. But here's the real question. How long can this last? As more Americans wake up to the truth, as global outrage grows, silence becomes impossible. And when that silence finally breaks, whose interests is Washington really serving? Its people or someone else's?
The idea is that those who engage in evil must tell you that they are engaging in evil.
This right here is so important. This is so important. Whether it's the Epstein files, whether it's Charlie Kirk, whether it's this war. What's up, Yay? You keep changing your name. What's going on? But this right here is so important. Watch this.
The theory is that those who do conspiracies must tell you they're doing conspiracies. And there are 3 reasons why, okay? So let's go over them. The first reason is the idea of learn helplessness. Learn helplessness.
This is the one that's important.
And so the idea is, okay, let's just say that everyone knows that they did this, right? We get angry. We write emails. We make YouTube videos. Then what? Nothing. Right? So the idea of learn helplessness is...
So learn helplessness is we do all this ranting and raving or whatever, and then we just realize that we're helpless. So it's like our ranting and raving about these conspiracies and the war and all this other stuff. Once the dust settles and we realize that we don't have any power, we then just say, oh, well, I might as well just let them do whatever they want to do to us. And that's learned helplessness. And that's the reason why I, in particular, am never going to stop. And I got my foot in their necks because I am not helpless. And my audience, which is you, are not helpless. And we have to show them that we have power. Because like I said before, we can get somebody put in prison. When the public outcry is loud enough, it forces politicians to act on our best interest. But if we stay quiet, yes, we're helpless. So never think me doing these videos, Baron doing these videos, anybody else doing these videos are not actually changing the narrative. Because the reason why IHOP is spending millions of dollars to coerce us into liking IHOP is because they are losing. If they didn't care, they wouldn't spend millions of dollars trying to bribe us and bribe all these churches and get people to think a certain way if they were already winning. So what we are here to do, we are here to go to opposite and teach people the opposite and to not trust IHOP and let everybody watching on YouTube know that IHOP is trash. They are demonic. So as long as we're here pushing the narrative this way and they're trying to push the narrative this way, we are going to win. Because one, we get more views than all those people on that side. Two, we have the trust of the people because we ain't killed nobody. We ain't did nothing to nobody. And we're more likable because we live here. We're more relatable. So we get way more views overall than the little Ben Shapiro dude who's buying his views. So we have the power. We are the new media. So we don't have no damn helplessness over here. That's why we keep going.
Like the more angry you get, the more help.
Oh, make sure you hit the like button. Speaking of not being helpless, Make sure to hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Because the more people who hit the like button, the more this video goes out to more people. So if you believe in this movement that we're having over here, make sure to hit the like button so YouTube will push this video out to more people. Hit the like button, hit the thumbs up button.
Helpless you feel, and therefore the more obedient you become.
This is more Israel pushing for Iran, but is that America's problem? That's a question. I mean, maybe the answer is yes. Maybe the answer is, you know what? They were wrong about Iraq. They were wrong about Syria. They were wrong about Afghanistan. They were wrong about the Taliban. They were wrong about Libya. They were wrong about the Arab Spring. They were wrong about Yemen. They were wrong about the Arabian Peninsula. They were wrong about the 9/11 hijackers being Saudi Arabian. But hey, 10th time's a charm. This time we're actually right. Yeah, you're going to have to earn our trust on this one.
How can a country of just 9 million people have such a grip on the world's, making it one of the few countries in the world with Under President Obama, the U.S. signed the largest military aid deal in American history, a $38 billion package over 10 years.
Y'all heard that, right? This is why we don't have no damn money. Obama is a part of the problem. So it's not just Trump. It's Obama. It's Clinton. It's Trump. It's everybody. It's all the same thing.
Under President Obama, the U.S. signed the largest military aid deal in American history, a $38 billion package over 10
What's up, Allie?
years. Locked in, guaranteed, no matter who sits in the White House. That means while Americans argue about how to pay for health care or education, Israel never has to worry about where its next warplane is coming from. Here's the catch.
Play hit the like button song in the background while we watch this bullshit. You know what? I always forget about the like button song. I ain't gonna lie. I don't play it so many times.
Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button.
Yeah, man. I gotta get back to playing the hit the like button song. I don't know. Sorry, I just forgot about it.
Much of this money never even leaves the U.S. By law, a huge portion of the aid must be spent on American defense companies, giants like Lockheed Martin, Boeing, and Raytheon. So it's the weapons, the corporations get the profits, and ordinary Americans, they get the bill. Take the F-35 stealth fighter jet. Each one costs around $80 million.
And speaking of this, we lost 3 fighter jets in one day. And the fighter jets are $80 to $90 million. So we lost almost $300 million in one day. We lost 3 fighter jets either today or yesterday. We lost 3 of them. And they're both priced at $90 million a piece. We lost almost $300 million in one freaking day. How the hell can 3 fighter jets get shot down all in one day? Because Trump is an idiot.
On American defense companies, giants like Lockheed Martin, Boeing, and Raytheon. So it's the weapons, the corporations get the profits, and ordinary Americans, they get the bill. Take the F-35 stealth fighter jet. Each one costs around $80 million. The U.S. has supplied dozens to, making it one of the few countries in the world with access to this next-generation aircraft. Meanwhile, teachers in Detroit buy school supplies out of their own pockets. Or consider Iron Dome. This missile defense system has received over $2.6 billion.
And the Iron Dome don't even work. That's the craziest part. How much money did we spend on the Iron Dome?
Making it one of the few countries in the world with access to this next-generation aircraft. Meanwhile, teachers in Detroit buy school supplies out of their own pockets. Or consider Iron Dome. This missile defense system has received over $2.6 billion in
$2.6 billion, and the shit don't even work. It ain't stopping no damn missiles. I think they said it's stopping 60% of the missiles that are coming in. 60%? What?
U.S.
Which I'm not mad at because, go blow that shit up. So I'm not mad, but still, we paid the money to do it, but it is what it is.
It's funding since 2011.
Yeah, it's the paper dome and not the Iron Dome.
That's money that could have rebuilt crumbling U.S. infrastructure, bridges, roads, and water systems that experts say will cost over $2 trillion to repair. While it expands its military arsenal, over 500,000 Americans are homeless. While Israeli cities are shielded by U.S.-funded defense systems, tens of millions of Americans live without health insurance. So ask yourself, why does a nation of 9 million people get unlimited U.S. tax dollars while 330 million Americans are told there's no money for basic needs?
Bold as a lion says, does this chat not communicate with each other? Hey, y'all, are y'all not communicating with each other? Like, what's going on? Bold as a lion is talking to y'all, and I guess y'all are ignoring them. So, like, y'all become a community and work with each other. Bold as a lion is like, hello, I'm here. Y'all hear me?
This isn't generosity. It's not charity. It's an investment in war, an investment in the military-industrial complex that profits from endless conflict. And behind every dollar, every deal, every jet and missile is a network of politics, lobbying, and influence that keeps this pipeline flowing. So the question is, why? Is this really about strategy? Or is there something far deeper? Money, power, and control?
Bold as a lion, what is your issue, question, or what do you want people to hear? Because everybody's listening now, so you got to say something now, bold as a lion. What you got?
One organization stands at the center, AIPAC, the American Israel Public Affairs Committee. For decades, AIPAC has been called the most powerful foreign policy lobby in Washington. Its annual conferences draw thousands of politicians, business leaders, and donors, with U.S. presidents, both Republican and Democrat, showing up to pledge loyalty on stage. But it's not just speeches, it's money. In the 2022 midterms alone, pro-Israel groups poured over $30 million into campaign donations. AIPAC's Super PAC, the United Democracy Project, spent millions to defeat candidates who criticized Israel. Even Democrats like Donna Edwards in Maryland or Andy Levin in Michigan, both targeted and beaten after...
I said last night that this woman is like... The look on her face, you can tell she's not into none of this dumb shit. She's just like, what? I'm not for no, get IHOP out of here. I'm not signing up for no stupid shit. Are you crazy? No, I don't believe you. Look at the look on her face. She's just like, you think I'm dumb? No, I'm not signing up for this mess. I don't want no AIPAC. I don't want none of your blood money. What is wrong with you?
Question.
That's the look of a true American right there. She's just like, man, if you don't get out my damn face with this mess.
Unconditional U.S. aid to Israel. The message is clear. Step out of line and you're gone. Former Congressman Paul Findley once said that voting against Israeli interests is political. He knew firsthand. After serving 22 years in Congress, his career ended once he started questioning U.S. policy toward Israel. And AIPAC isn't alone. There's Christians United for Israel, led by televangelist John Hagee, mobilizing millions of Christian Zionists to pressure Congress. There's the Anti-Defamation League, ADL, presenting itself as a civil rights group, but often lobbying to silence critics of Israel. And dozens of PACs, some with vague names like Pro-Israel America PAC, funnel millions into local elections. Together, these groups form what scholars like John Mearsheimer and Stephen Walt have called the Israel Lobby, one of the most powerful forces in Washington, shaping U.S. foreign policy more than any think tank, business lobby, or grassroots movement. And the influence isn't only financial. The lobby has deep reach into the media and academia. Organizations like the Middle East Media Research Institute, or MEMORY, and the Washington Institute for Near East Policy, or YNEP, pump out reports, op-eds, and talking points that frame Israel as America's indispensable ally. This machine works quietly but effectively.
Their most indispensable cancer. They are a cancer to everybody.
Presidents from Clinton to Bush, Obama to Biden, and now Trump have all maintained the same bottom line. But there's another layer that makes this even stronger: religion. Millions of American evangelicals believe that Israel's survival fulfills biblical prophecy. Groups like Christians United for Israel, led by Pastor John Hagee, openly preach that supporting Israel is God's will.
Most Americans, we're praying that we're not going to bring home one of our sons or daughters or a friend or family member or a loved one home in a body bag because we're over in some war that has
shout out to Ryan Meta
nothing to do with us, and 90% of our population wanted nothing to do with, but because our politicians are all being blackmailed, well, now we're in some third world war, in some third world hellhole over in the Middle East. Well, God's chosen people right now are walking around New York City trying to bring back their Messiah.
See, this is another reason why there's nowhere in hell I can live in New York. Like, look at all this shit that's going on in New York. Look at this mess. Like, all these little weirdos just walking down the street with damn flags at night. They're just weird, y'all.
Sad, bro. Oh, there's more of them over there. What that flag mean? What is that?
Yo, can you imagine all of these weirdos just walking down the middle of the damn street downtown? Like, are you crazy? Like, this is disgusting.
What that flag mean? What, Sheikhna?
It'd be like 500 of them, just like bugs.
Messiah is coming. The Messiah? Is this what he said? Is Messiah? That's the Messiah? Oh. He said the Messiah is coming.
God's chosen infestation. It's an infestation.
That's what they said.
Carrying around flags chanting to champion in the returning of their Messiah. So when their Messiah comes back, we all die. Everybody, except for them.
Yes, they're all on welfare. They talk about black people being on welfare. They ass on welfare.
The righteous ones, God's chosen people, they're going to be brought back, depending on how righteous they are. They get more favor in the eye of their God, who is Satan, by defiling everything that we consider holy. So everything that Christianity represents, the more they defile that, the more righteous they become. So in order for their...
Yeah, with 7 kids. They on welfare with 7 kids. None of these little freaking weirdos have jobs. They just scurry around and I don't even know what they do. They just scurry around like little bugs. It's just disgusting.
For Messiah to come back, as their prophecy holds, the West must fall. We're $38 trillion in debt. We're allowing drag queen story hour in our elementary schools. Parents right now, schools, the government is willing to kidnap your child if you're 3% of that. And there is nothing.
Flames from Iranian missiles. This airbase in Iraq is in flames and under attack right now from Iraqi militias. In Kuwait, American air defenses are non-existent as Iranian drones are slamming into it every hour. Here in Bahrain, an American base hit again with an Iranian missile. It now appears also that the naval base in Bahrain has been completely destroyed. This strike right here is the reason that the Americans on that radar blowing up cannot detect anything. This was the biggest radar in the Middle East for U.S. bases. There are only a few American defense systems left, as you can see right here, with everything else being relocated to Israel to protect them instead. The U.S. has probably a day or two left of air defenses before they are completely overrun. It's already been confirmed in Bahrain, all American bases are out of air defenses, as you see smoke still rising on the naval one. Follow me for more updates.
Abram's descendants are the ones who have the right to have this land, correct? Yes. Okay. Why don't we do genetic testing on everybody in the land and find out who Abram's descendants are? It's really simple. Right. We've cracked the human genome. We can do that. Why don't we do that? Would you be against doing that?
I have no idea what that would prove. I mean, maybe it would be.
What do you mean? What it would prove?
What do you mean you don't know what it would prove? Do you see what I'm saying? These freaking weirdos are European. They're not even whatever. They're not IHOPian. They're Europeans. They're just hijacking shit.
Prove who Abram's descendants are and who has a right to live here and who doesn't, according to the theology that you yourself just explained. And so I'm very confused as to why we don't do that. If you believe the theology that you've just explained to me.
Would we do that all over the world?
Well,
and everybody
this is the only country in the world that you've said has this covenant with God, that this people have a moral and legal right to the land.
But there are people who may not have bloodlines, but who have converted to Judaism. Are they going to be able to live here? Are you going to kick them out?
By your standards, they can't live here.
No.
They've been kicked out 109 different countries. So yeah, kick their asses out. Shit. We got ICE running around kicking people out, but they don't kick these damn people out. They're like flooding the damn city in New York, looking like bugs and shit with all black on, and they are free to do this stupid shit. But ICE is out here ignoring them and messing with other people. And they don't even have no job. I want y'all to think about how stupid America is. They're paying ICE millions of dollars to run around harassing people that are not from this country and deporting them. Whether you think that is right or wrong, cool. Whatever you think is what you think. But these freaking people are not from our country, and they're on welfare. And they're just scurrying around the damn city like bugs and shit, but nobody does anything about them. So I'm not for ICE mess with anybody. But if they're going to mess with somebody, why don't they go out to these damn weirdos? They're easily able to be identified. They always wear black and they just scurry around like bugs and shit. They walk around these stupid damn flags and shit. Just go get them. But no. They let them scurry around like bugs and get welfare benefits, and they don't even have to have a damn job. But they mess with actual proud Americans that have moved here, and they are working and building, but they are getting their husbands and wives like just taken away from the kids and shit. But these weirdos can do what the hell they want to do. This is some bullshit.
You just told me that they have a right to live here because God gave them the land because they're the descendants of Abram.
They're the descendants of Abraham. But if they're the spiritual descendants of Abraham and they've now decided that they're converting to Judaism, then do they have a right to live in Israel?
Since you began this conversation by asking me, did I think they had a right to come here?
Yeah, that's
and
what
my question was, on what basis do they have the right? Yeah. And you said because God granted it to them.
And I also said because that there should be a land where Jews can live in peace and safety.
And I asked you what a Jew was, and you couldn't answer it. You said it partly is religious, but doesn't have to be. It's partly genetic, but it doesn't have to be. And so that you can see why I'm confused.
I think I was very clear.
Bibi's family, we know they lived in Eastern Europe. There's no evidence they ever lived here. He's not religious.
But
in what sense?
He's not from IHOP.
How do we know that? Do you have his family tree? No, we don't.
Do you?
He doesn't. So no one does. That's the point. So how do we know that he has any connection to this land at all?
And if there has been a practice of Judaism and a connection to the language, the Bible, the land.
His ancestors didn't. He doesn't practice Judaism in any rigorous way. His ancestors didn't live here. They didn't speak the language, and there's no evidence they ever lived here. So in the territory that Israel controls today, particularly in the West Bank, who, through genetic testing, we can know their families have been here for thousands of years. We don't know whether they practiced Judaism, whether they were Samaritans,
How are they allowed to just, let me be quiet.
Islam. We don't know that. A lot of them we know have been Christians for 2,000 years. They have less of a right to the land than someone whose ancestors, the only thing we know about them is they lived in Latvia or Poland. They're Eastern European. How does that work?
It's all over the news, it's all over the media. They call themselves Christian Zionists. And they like you to believe that it's some kind of divine providence, that it was a gift from God, and that it has something to do with theology, right? Well, it doesn't. Actually, the ones that created Zionism were absolutely atheists, but they were Jewish supremacists.
This is where we have the adoption of the Rothschild red hexagram, which will later go on to the flag. That star that's on the Rothschild's crest, that is not the Star of David. David never had a star. That's the Star of Remphan, okay? Which goes back to Moloch, which is satanic. We can talk about Baal, all that. That is what that star is from. It's in the Bible. You can go to Acts. I want to show you a picture if you don't believe me. This is Jacob Rothschild. The lady next to him is a Satanist. Her name is Marina Abramovich. And that painting behind them is called Satan Summoning His Demons.
Candace Owens put out a documentary today called The Bride of Charlie, which uncovers Erica Kirk's early years. In the documentary, we find out that Erica Kirk attended a super elite private school called the Tesseract. The Tesseract represents time. A Tesseract is also a cube, which fits inside a hexagram. The god of Saturn is Kronos, the god of time. Planet Saturn supposedly has a hexagon-shaped storm on top of it, created by low-frequency sine wave tones. Sine waves measure time. The elites worship the god of time, Sin, and Saturn. Sin sounds like a sine wave measures time. The Tesseract charter school that Erica Kirk attended was inside a Jewish school called the Looking Glass. Looking Glass is an alleged time travel technology that lets you peer into the future. Remember the Tesseract book we all read in elementary school, A Wrinkle in Time?
And I want to say this, and this is just a weird theory. I'm just going to jump out the window and just give y'all a weird theory. I actually think a lot of these billionaires, the way they became billionaires is because there is time travel, and time travel actually existed. And they traveled back 20 years prior to their age. So they're 20 years younger than they actually are. But in order to stay alive, due to the fact that they've broken the fabric of time, they have to eat tadpoles in order to survive. So the reason why they are doing all this crazy worshiping the devil and drinking blood and all this crazy mess and what they do to tadpoles is because if they don't, they will die. And that's just my opinion. I think they travel back in time, and after they've traveled back in time, they now have to operate like a vampire in order to continue to survive. And if they don't, they will just literally just fall out and die. That's my opinion. So, because all of them have so much money. All of them have so much money. They have like hundreds of billions of dollars. It's because when you travel back in time, crypto or whatever stock or whatever invention that you want to invent, you already know how to invent it because you just travel back in time. You can fix all of your mistakes, go back 20 years, and next thing you know, you become a billionaire. And now that you're getting older, you gotta eat more tadpoles. And I had asked y'all before, if you can go back in time 20 years, would you do it? So that's the first question. Say yes or no in the chat. If you were able to go back in time and fix all of your mistakes that you made in the last 20 years, say yes or no in the chat, if you would do it. Would you go back in time 20 years back? Yes or no? I would love to. I would absolutely love to go back 20 years. Like, it would be so nostalgic. It would be so nostalgic. It would be so nostalgic to go back 20 years with my same brain now. It would be so nostalgic to go back and see your friends and your old girlfriend, your old boyfriend, your old, if you was married or whatever, and to do everything the right way. That would be absolutely beautiful. Like, if I had one wish, I would want to go back 20 years. That would be my one wish. I don't want $1 million. I want to go back 20 years and relive 20 years of my life all over again. I would love that. But what if you get that wish and then you go back 20 years And now somebody tells you in order to stay alive, you have to eat people. You have now become a vampire. Now you like, oh shit, I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think has happened to all these weird ass people. Yeah, you now have to eat beef jerky for the rest of your life, because if you don't, you'll die, because you have now become a vampire. Which I wouldn't do. I would just die off, because it wouldn't be in me to do something like that. So if I went back 20 years, found out I gotta do something crazy as that, I would just be like, damn. Well, how long I got before I die? Then I'll just deal with it. I'm not doing all that. But I would love to go back 20 years. I would love to do it. I would love to do that.
Characters travel through space and time by tessering, time traveling. The elites worship the god of time, sin, and Saturn.
Y'all are justifying to my we eat animal meat, but you got to kill the animal. I'm not. Do y'all don't? Okay, are y'all missing the point of eating meat? Like, I have fish and salmon and shit in my refrigerator. You will have to go and do something to get the meat to put in your refrigerator. You gonna do that to a tadpole? To a scared tadpole? Because you need adrenochrome? So you got to scare the tadpole, and the tadpole goes, ah, ah, ah. So you got to make this tadpole all upset and scared and you know, do all kinds of crazy stuff to the tadpole. And then you got to, you doing all that? Because we don't do that to chicken. We just go to the store and buy the chicken. No, you and your little weirdo friends got to do some shit and do some trafficking and shit in order to get the tadpoles, and then you got to scare the tadpoles, and I'm not doing all that. Talking about it's just meat. No. Absolutely not. Because that is not what God put me here to do to God's children. One, I've never killed nobody. So I believe in the 10 Commandments. So I'm not doing it for nobody. So no, I'll just die off.
Satan. They believe that by increasing evil in the world, sin, like a sine wave, time, can accelerate the death of the material world and escape it. Sin is separation from...
See, it accelerates the death. So you go back in time, now your life is accelerated because you decelerated your life.
From God, Adam and Eve. They were separated from God because of sin. When they fell from heaven into linear time, the time trap, mind control, tesseracting the mind. That's what I think all of this stuff is. Candace and Erica soap opera, time travel, conspiracy.
Basically, Christianity without Christ. Kyle is wrong. Kyle hears it all.
So I want y'all to understand what whatever the hell this stuff is, Judaism, whatever the hell it is. Just in case some of you guys don't know, this is a great illustration of this, because some of y'all may not know. So y'all check this out and take heed to this, because this is how they believe right here.
Kyle thinks Judaism is basically Christianity without Christ. Kyle is wrong. Kyle hears it all the time. Judeo-Christian values. We share the same God. Jews are your elder brothers in the faith, goy. But Kyle never looked into what Judaism actually teaches. See, modern Judaism is built on a book called the Talmud, not the Old Testament that Kyle knows. It's a 6,000-page compilation of rabbinical writings, debates, rulings, and traditions. It was finished centuries after Christ, and much of it is an attack against Christ and Christianity. For example, in Sanhedrin 43a, Jesus is accused of sorcery, and they say he was justly executed. In Gittin 57a, he's said to be boiling in excrement for all eternity. In
He was justly executed. Keep that in mind. Justly.
Bath 104b, his mother, the Virgin Mary, is called a harlot, and goes on to say that Jesus is the bastard son of a Roman soldier. And Jesus isn't the only one who's attacked in the Talmud. The Talmud also teaches about goyim, or anyone who isn't Jewish. That would be you, Kyle. And the Talmud isn't kind to these goyim. In Baba Metzia 114b, it says goyim are animals in human form. Sanhedrin 59a says that if a goy studies...
And this is another reason why they are able to unalive people so easily, whether it's a damn school like they just did, or just a kid walking down the street. They see us like cattle. They view us as cattle. So that's the reason why they don't have the same heart or the same like love for life as we do for each other, because they view us as cattle.
Jewish law, he deserves death. Avodah Zarah 26b forbids helping a goy woman in childbirth, even if she might die. And there's a lot more verses like this in the Talmud, some of them so disgusting I would get banned on this app for even reading them. Most modern Jews will dismiss it out of hand, or say that these horrible statements are just debate among antiquated rabbis, but in Hebrew yeshivas, these teachings are still taught today. Kyle thought the Talmud was just another holy book. Now Kyle knows it's the cornerstone of a religion that rejects and hates Christ and despises Christians.
Candace, didn't Jesus say you're supposed to love your enemies? When Jesus said that you're supposed to turn the other cheek, where have you ever turned the other cheek? When Jesus said that the meek shall inherit the earth, if you are a Christian, then I am the second coming of Christ. Okay.
Here's what I would like to say to you, Rabbi, since you're quoting scripture. The one that's relevant to me is, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness. And if you'd like to dive into a little more scripture, I think what's relevant is Revelation 3:9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. And I'm speaking directly to you, Rabbi Shmuley.
Judaism is the only religion in the world that our whole entire objective is not to go to heaven. It's not about spirituality. It's about infusing spiritual and physical, masculine and feminine.
And let me show you something real quick. I broke this down in the video on Instagram. I want to share this with you right here. And because since we're on this subject,
the thousands of survivors from Jeff.
So right here, we all remember, put a 1 in the chat if y'all remember Pam Bondi jumping up, talking about the Dow. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all remember this. And all of these Epstein survivors were standing right behind her. And Pam Bondi did not turn around and acknowledge their existence. There's a specific reason why she did not acknowledge their existence. Because in her mind, just like IHOP, she views them like cattle. So it's like, would you stand up and turn around and acknowledge some cows if you ate some hamburgers? Would you apologize to some alive cows that you just ate a hamburger? Of course you wouldn't, because in your mind, you feel like they're cattle. I'm going to make you a hamburger next. I don't give a damn. So that's kind of like the mindset. They view us as cattle. You wouldn't apologize to no damn fish for eating fish. So she wouldn't apologize to a person for, so watch this.
We are joined in this room by some of the thousands of survivors from Jeffrey Epstein's horrific sex trafficking ring. Will you turn to them now and apologize for what your Department of Justice has put them through with the absolutely unacceptable release of the Epstein files and their information?
The Dow is over 50,000 right now. What does the Dow have to do with anything? That's what they just asked. Are you kidding?
What Pam Bondi is essentially saying is the Dow is up because those women are victims. See, one of the things that a lot of people aren't aware of is that young people are actually used as cattle behind the curtain. And a lot of us can't see behind the curtain, so we don't know. We as adults are aware that fish, cows, and chickens are slaughtered virtually every day in order for us to eat, right? But what Pam Bondi is saying, all of this is way bigger than fish, cows, and chickens. See, the minds of the 1%, which is the people in the Epstein files, and it's thousands of them and not just Epstein. Fish, chicken, and cows can't work, can't provide entertainment, and most importantly, can't provide sex. See, y'all listen to this part. Regardless of what you want to think, there's a commodity for food and there's a commodity for sex and entertainment. And the biggest difference between the two commodities is the reason why Pam Bondi is talking about the Dow.
The Dow is over 50,000 right now.
See, once food is consumed, it's gone. But once sex is consumed, the sex is still there. So that particular commodity is more valuable because it never goes away. So because of this biological fact turns into an economic fact. When we look at resources, we never think about sex. We never think about entertainment. We never look at labor. See, when you look at economic spending in a recession, nobody has any money, so nobody's spending anything. So who has all the money and who is still spending money? The top 1%. But then you got to look at what is the 1% looking to spend their money on? And I'll let you answer that and we can move on. So going back to what Pam Bondi said about the Dow, what she's conveying to everybody is that trafficking is the reason why the economy is going well. Because if you look at every other commodity, everything else is down. So why is the economy up if everything else is down? Because of tadpoles. Because traffic lighting tadpoles is literally $200 billion is it 200 billion? I forgot what it is, but it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. Job market is in a toilet. The housing market is in a toilet. So the Pam Bondi, due to the fact that she can see behind the curtain, she's fully aware that those victims that were trafficked are simply looked at as cattle and resources in order to keep the economy running smoothly. And it's two important things that I want you to understand. One, sex trafficking is a multi-billion-dollar industry. And two, 22,000 women go missing every 30 days. Same way we view cattle being slaughtered as a necessity, the 1% sees the same thing in relation to people, especially young people, because sadly, the younger they are, the longer the resource can last. Do y'all understand what that means? Hopefully I articulated that the best I could, but put a 1 in the chat if y'all feel that and understand how they actually view us, especially women, as cattle and not humans. It's crazy. But I just want y'all to have a better and clearer understanding on what's going on. Put a 1 in the chat if you understood what I said in that video, because that was so important. Because I like to give y'all an understanding on why and the why and the why and the why they're doing this, instead of just, oh my God, they're doing this. I want y'all to understand why they're doing this so you can protect yourself. Yeah.
It's about this into this physical world.
We've made the decision we're going to war with Iraq. This was on or about the 20th of September. I said, we're going to war with Iraq. Why? He said, I don't know. He said, I guess they don't know what else to do. I came back to see him a few weeks later, and by that time we were bombing in Afghanistan. I said, are we still going to war with Iraq? And he said, oh, it's worse than that. He said, he reached over on his desk, he picked up a piece of paper, and he said, I just got this down from upstairs, meaning the Secretary of Defense's office today, and he said, this is a memo that describes how we're going to take out 7 countries in 5 years, starting with Iraq and then Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and finishing off Iran. I said, is it classified? He said, yes, sir. I said, well, don't show it to me.
Why did the U.S. invade Iraq in 2003? That war came from Netanyahu, actually.
If you take out Saddam, I guarantee you that it will have enormous positive reverberations on the region.
If we take out you, what would happen then? How about that? If you get taken out, then what?
And the guys...
And I'm still waiting on confirmation that actually happened.
Nothing if not obsessive. And he's still trying to get us to fight Iran this day, this week. He's a deep, dark son of a bitch, sorry to tell you. Because he's gotten us into endless wars, and because of the power of all of this in the U.S. politics, he's gotten his way.
Today, the Trump administration declared war, not on a foreign enemy,
but on an American company that refused to let artificial intelligence kill people without human approval. Anthropic held a $200 million.
See, this is what they really want right here.
$1 million Pentagon contract, and their only conditions? Don't use our technology for autonomous weapons or spy on American citizens. The Pentagon's response? Drop your safety standards or we'll destroy your business. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth gave Anthropic a deadline. When they refused, President Trump banned the company from all federal systems and labeled them a national security threat in retaliation. The Pentagon claims they'd never actually use AI for autonomous killing or mass surveillance, but they demand the contractual right to do it anyway. Why fight this hard for a power you say you'll never use? Because when an AI-powered drone strikes a hospital or a wedding, and it will, no general takes the blame. No secretary resigns. They point at the algorithm. The AI made a mistake. The same administration that takes zero responsibility for anything now wants a machine to blame it on.
And that's what they're trying to do. That is what they're trying to do. Iran bombed 15 countries alone. They won. I hope they win. I 1000% hope they won. So earlier I said I want to give you guys some tips on what to do just in case we have a power outage. One of the things I would say for y'all to do is to get a Yeti or any other type of power source, because they're not paying me yet. They sent me an email, but they haven't sent me anything yet. So I would say get a Yeti power source, and the power sources are like probably about $300-400, and make sure you get the ones that has the 3-prong plugs. Make sure you get the power source that has the 3-prong plugs. They're probably around $400. And I would also suggest that you get it has a separate power source. There's what is it? Damn, what is the damn sun thing? Hold on. What is the solar power? Yeah, solar panel. That's it. Solar panel. So get you a Yeti power source and spend the money on it. Get it. Just get it. I know you don't want to spend the money, but get it. And the solar panels are separate. So get you some solar panels, and don't get the floppy solar panels. Get the hard solar panels. They're kind of like this big. Get the solar panels, and so get a Yeti power source, and make sure you get some non-floppy, some sturdy solar panels. So if something actually happens, and some power sources, not many, but some power sources would run a space heater. But happily, we're moving in a direction where it's not going to be cold anymore, because we're about to be in March in a minute. Oh, we're in March, actually. So we're in March. So you don't really have to worry about heat, you know what I'm saying? But make sure you get a Yeti power source and a sturdy solar panel, because that will put you in a position where you can charge your phones, you can run whatever you need to run. The second thing I would say to make sure to get is paper maps. Paper maps, because if your phone goes out, and you need to get out of the city or go to another city, you're going to be screwed, because your GPS is not going to work if the power goes out. So you have to make sure to get paper maps. Another thing is get flashlights, normal things that we probably don't even realize we have to get. Get a Phillips head screwdriver, get a flathead screwdriver, get a wrench, and get a pair of grip pliers. Those are very, very, very important. And if you get a gallon of water, you can actually tape. If you got little flashlights, you can tape the little flashlight on top of the gallon of water and tape it to the water. And when you shine the flashlight into the gallon of water, it literally illuminates the entire room. So you can illuminate a room without power. All you need is a flashlight and a clear gallon of water. You know, one of those big clear gallons of distilled water. When you shine it into the water, it illuminates the entire room. Canned goods, just any type of canned goods, stack your cupboard with canned goods. And what else did I miss? Let me see. What else did I miss? Any suggestions? A saw wire. Let me show y'all something. I keep stuff. Some of y'all already know this. I keep stuff. So this is a shovel, and it also operates as a weapon. So this is a shovel as well as a weapon. So I can fight with this. If some stray dogs run at me, I can like, ha, ha, ha. And this works as an axe also. If you see right here, this works as a saw. I don't know if y'all can see the saw blades. There's saw blades right here. So I can actually saw wood. I have wood also. So I can saw wood, I can chop wood with this, and I can dig a hole if I need to. And this is a weapon. And then on the other side, this right here is a glass breaker. So no matter what the glass is, car window glass or whatever, if I go bop, it's going to instantly break the glass. So I have that, and there is also something inside of this, because I always believe in having stuff. So you can make it shorter if you need to put it in the backpack. And this is not a commercial, but you can break all this down, and it puts you in a position where you can defend yourself, you can dig, you can saw, and you can actually use for other reasons. You see the little holes. That is like, you can like turn a screw or whatever. I don't know if that's going to be that easy, but if you take it all the way down, and here's another thing that it does. It actually goes like this. So now it works like this. So now I can chop something. And you may laugh, but at the end of the day, I'm never going to need this, but little things like this could operate as a simple weapon, So, and it has a little cover, and you get this from Amazon. So you have to make sure to be able to defend yourself. And also, I got a house full of guns, so that's never an issue with me. And one thing that when it comes to ammunition, one thing that people forget about is bullets. Bullets. You buy a gun or multiple guns, but you ain't got no damn bullets. You just got one box of bullets. So you got one box of bullets, and then you run out of bullets, and now you're looking stupid with a bunch of guns with no damn bullets. So yeah, I got axes. This is an axe. So I have axes, and there's a holder where I could just carry the axe on my side instead of just having it in the bag. So I have axes. I have all kinds of stuff to be able to chop wood with or to defend myself with. I actually have a grappling hook also. So yeah, I keep all kinds of stuff. So, but that's all I got. Make sure to let's do this. Everybody right now, if you enjoyed this show, make sure to go to my Erica Kirk playlist. So the link I'm just dropping in the chat right now is my Erica Kirk playlist. Let me make sure it works. Yes. So everybody right now, click the link and go to my Erica Kirk playlist. Click the link and go to my Erica Kirk playlist. So everybody right now, everybody watching, go to my Erica Kirk playlist right now. Let me drop it in on X. So everybody, show's over. Click the link. Let me pin it at the top. Click the link and go to my Erica Kirk playlist. And I know y'all want to see about what Erica Kirk did next. Let's see. I'm doing a separate video about Erica Kirk later on today also. So let me replace the pin. So now pin at the top of chat. Go to my Erica Kirk playlist and check out some videos over there. So everybody click the link, click the link, click the link. Can y'all see the link in the chat? Y'all see the blue link in the chat? It says Erica Kirk playlist. Go to my Erica Kirk playlist. Talk to y'all later. Just go to the playlist. Go to the playlist. So I'm going to play the hit a like button song while everybody hits the link and the playlist. All right. So I'm about to play hit the like button song. We'll play this and then I'm play hit the like button song. So hang out for the hit the like button song.
Is sweeping the country, and it's a car.
If y'all want to hear it, I'm about to play it.
Like Justin, a new way of healing is sweeping the country, and it's a card game called Like Mother, Like Daughter. This game is powerful.
My favorite question was, if you could parent me all over again, what would you change? This card game has a mother deck and a daughter deck, so we both have questions for each other. These are some good questions. Do you think I'm a people pleaser? If so, where did I get this trait from? This card game actually helped my marriage, and the questions showed me that I still had unresolved issues with my mom, and I was taking them out on my husband.
If you don't do anything else, buy this card game. You won't regret it. Click the link below.
Like mother, like daughter, we are the same. You'll see when we play this game.
All right, about to play the like button song. Let's go.
Everybody, everybody hit the like button. 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 If you got something to say, drop it in the comments. Don't be acting afraid. What? Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. If you got something to say, drop it in the comments. Don't be acting afraid. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know you at. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know you at. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know you at. Drop your city. What? Drop your city in the chat. What? Drop your city. What? Drop your city in the chat. Drop your city in the chat.